All right, well, let's get started. Let's do a brief audio and visual check. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Slow Markets. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach DBA. As always, in the Topstep YouTube chat, there's our risk disclosure. Everything that we go over each and every night is for educational purposes only. It is not a signals class. It is not financial advice. And you can see it's Wednesday night. My man, Coach Jay, joining me. My left, your right. Jay, how are you? How's trading been?
What is going on, man? Trading's been pretty good. Trading's been pretty good. Dealing with a little bit of an injury today. I was playing with the dog yesterday. Hurt my back, man. I guess this is 30. This is your 30s, but I'm doing good otherwise. I'm doing good. Shout out to doctors taking care of us, making us feel good. But I'm good, man. How you doing?
The dog's growing fast then, hurting your back playing with it.
It's 30 pounds.
30 pounds, 30 pounds. Getting there, getting there. Is that coffee? Is that coffee?
It's tea. It's tea.
Okay, good. I'm like, coffee this late at night.
It's tea.
But how are you navigating these markets? How was today's price action for you? What are you looking for? Is there anything that you might be looking at going into tonight?
Yeah. So today's price action, I was looking in. I saw you know, in fast markets. I said it during the opening call. I was looking to get long the NASDAQ right off the open, and it was good for a 70-point trade and turned around and sold off 300 points. Luckily, I wasn't trading too much. I had some stuff to take care of today, so it wasn't too busy with trading. Did take a trade tonight. Got short the NASDAQ, locking in another winning day on this XFA here. But we'll see. We'll see what the markets present as far as opportunity goes. You know, the equity markets have just been kind of back and forth, really not directional, very range bound, presenting a ton of opportunity, right? That New York session, that sell-off was what, almost 400 points, and then we got a bounce of another 300. So there's opportunity. It's just not very directional right now.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. So let's do a quick rapid fire. And what that is, I'll take a look, review the NASDAQ, then gold, have a few just top-down analysis. So here's the NASDAQ. NASDAQ on we'll switch it to a daily chart, do a top-down analysis. If you're new, top-down analysis for me is where I'll zoom out, very much like Google Maps, right? You zoom out, kind of get an overall picture, then you start zooming in to granulize it. So we had this big sell-off past, basically the beginning of the month, right? Big sell-off from 26,000 down to here. There you go. We'll make it visually appeasing to a lot of traders. So we had that big sell-off down from 26,300 down to 24,300, and if we measure that, it's give or take 2,100 points. And so that was a massive sell-off going into February, right? Ending January, going into February. And, Friday and Monday, we got a very nice rally. So you can see we came down, we tested these lows here, 24,400. We tested it once, twice. That was the third time. And we bounced off it. It was a massive 2-day rally off those lows of 1,200 points. And now we run into a Tuesday and then today, which has been consolidation days, if I do say so myself. Obviously, after the fact, it's a lot easier to say so. On an hourly chart, let's take a look. We had that big rally, a pullback, another rally, and these pullbacks are giving, market structure, right? There's a low. Today is technically a higher low, and so we've been pushing and bumping up against this resistance zone, dare I say, 25,400s, and we just made a higher low. So what I'm looking for in this market is, can we come back up and test these highs again? Can we come back up to this 25,400s? Maybe. I'm going to lean towards yes, and I'm looking at this as just being consolidation. And honestly, what I'm going to look for is a breakout and a continuation. Maybe we come up and test some of these highs up here around the big round number 26,000. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, is looking, and remember, it's top-down analysis, so looking at the higher time frame, just getting a general sense on what I'm looking for. On the downside, if we do start to break this support, then obviously I'd look for the market to retest 24,000, 980s, 970s. Everything's a zone. And then I'll be looking for shorts, right? Until then, it's long and strong in my view. Obviously, things can change very fast. We have CPI coming out on Friday. We take a look at the calendar. Obviously, anything can happen. A tweet, a headline could come out. But yes, we have initial jobless claims tomorrow morning. And we have inflation data, CPI, on Friday. So that could also bring some volatility into this market. Zooming into the 5-minute chart, let's take a look there. Just looking at trades, it looks like we're continuing to make these higher lows tonight. And throughout, I mean, we're popping up. We're up what? We're up a little bit tonight. So watching that. But yeah, it's kind of a, dare I say, a Dorito, a wedging pattern. Maybe we're starting to break out of that higher lows, breaking through. Maybe we come up. And tonight, maybe we can see a retest of 25,300s. If we are looking to the short side, maybe we could see a retest of 25,219s. Are you seeing anything in the NASDAQ? I know you said you were looking at a trade. I'll switch it to you.
Yeah, I got short. I got short earlier. It looked like we did have some urgency to the downside earlier today, so it took a little bit of a scalp short. I do like, you said these tested these 300s. What I'm looking at right now is the sell-off that we had, for the New York session. We're back above 50% of it. Can we trade through this imbalance? I'm looking at 2 candles here, 2 30-minute candles. The first one is the highest volume 30-minute candle from the day session, 25,343 and a quarter is that price. So let's see if we can trade up there. Right now, volume is not really telling me too much as far as direction goes. So if we get up here and there's no volume that goes with it, I could see a fade back into this range. But for right now, on a shorter time frame is where I took the trade. You can see this is a 3-minute chart.
Okay.
We had price and volume, leave that to the downside, took a couple scalps short, but that's already reconciled, right? So looking for, market's reaction to higher 25,350s here in the NASDAQ. On a higher time frame, if you look at it daily, we're right in the middle. We're in the middle of everything. That October 10th candle is still relevant. 25,635 is that high. But we do have a downward sloping 20 moving average on the daily, which crossed below the 50 a couple days ago. And these 25,400s, 25,450s have been a resistance over the past couple of days. So I don't know what it's going to take for the NASDAQ to break out of this range. I thought we got the healthy pullback to the 200 daily moving average, but not really seeing convinced buying up here. Maybe CPI does this week.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Now switching to gold, I did just get into a long gold, just 1 micro. But I'm going to switch to gold right now. I'll show everyone what I'm seeing. If we zoom out to an hourly chart, here's what I'm looking at on gold. We're continuing to make higher lows on this hourly chart, right? Higher lows, higher lows. A lot of wicks to the downside, and we keep testing these, 5,100s, 5,110s, and we just made a wick again. So, and then as we zoom into a 5-minute chart, I'll show you what I'm watching. Here during the New York session. We held this, 50s, 60s, quite a bit of time, a few times, right? Came up, tested these 5110s again, pulled back down. We're kind of, drifting lower, and we had a very nice bounce off those 60s one more time. So as we're starting to, maybe see some buyers step in, I got triggered in. Once we started breaking through these little wick highs on this 5-minute chart, I'll zoom in onto a split this up, get this ready for trading on a 100 tick. I'll kind of show you what I'm looking at. So higher lows, and we just started breaking out right there. So I got triggered into long 1 micro. My stop loss, it's very small size, right? And so looking for maybe a retest of these 90s. If we get some momentum, dare I look for 5100, 5110s, maybe some of these highs. We'll see where it goes. I might even decide to get into, maybe 2 contracts, 2 or 3, building a position here. Are you seeing anything on gold? Obviously, not letting this trade affect anything.
Yeah, what I'm seeing in gold is, if we look at the first half an hour, we have, it set a pretty big range. VWAP is still within that range, but it's acting as a resistance right now. I don't really love shorting it here because, price is already advertised outside of this range. Volume hasn't. But that VWAP is starting to act somewhat as a resistance. 50.84 half is that VWAP price. But because it is in the middle of this range, this could go either way, right? I wouldn't necessarily use this VWAP as an area to get short off of. Mm-hmm. Could it work? It could, but it's not super urgent, right? There isn't a big volume push. which would tell me that there's opportunity for range bound markets, maybe buying somewhere off of 75s.
Okay.
Until this changes. But for right now, VWAP somewhat of a resistance. You can see on this 30-minute chart, it's kind of the highs of all those 30-minute candles. It is sloping lower, but it hasn't left that range yet. So
fair enough.
And I think it can go either way.
And we're just starting slow markets. We have the top of the hour in about 18 minutes. And then, of course, 30 minutes after that, it's the bottom. And that's when we typically see spikes in, volatility, volume, liquidity, velocity, whatever you want to say. I see traders say it all the time. But, yeah, let's see how this goes. We're going to get the music on, get to some questions in the chat. I see a few of them. And don't worry, I'll get to that. A couple of these good questions. But before we get going, hashtag slow markets. If you're new, what we do here is there is the socials there in the YouTube chat, Instagram, Twitter. If you tag me, hashtag slow markets, either in a trade or in a trade, like your trader station, right? Your computer setup, tag me. If I like it, I'll share it here live on air. And yeah, let's get it going. Get some music going and go from there. Let me know if you see anything. We're continuing to make higher lows and equal highs, so I'm actually tempted to get into a second contract right there. See if we get in a second. So just got in 2 contracts at 50.84 even. So looking for that breakout to the long side. I've been doing pretty well in slow markets. Today during the New York session, I gave a little bit back in the NASDAQ, unfortunately.
NASDAQ was a tough trade this morning. Like I said, I came in the morning looking to buy it as well. I heard you on Fast Markets looking to buy it. There were a couple of decent opportunities to maybe get in, but in hindsight, they had to be scalps, right? The market just kind of tanked for the first hour of the day. And then it was a nice recovery, but yeah, that first hour was more aggressive to the downside than I expected.
Yeah, that 3-bar reversal at the bottom was the low of day too. The traders were calling out. I'm like, I'm a little hesitant to take it after what was happening at the beginning of fast markets, because I was the one. I took, I think, 2 or 3 longs at levels of support on the way down. And then once we started breaking, I actually took a nice scalp to the short side. And I mean, that was it. But I ended today in the New York session in the red. But we'll see. It's a new session. It's Thursday's price action. And here we are trading it up in slow markets.
What's everyone looking at in the chat? What are you guys trading in the chat right now? Trading metals, trading equities?
Yeah, we got some good questions that I'll go over in a moment. I'll go over in a moment. Question. Here we go. I'll let you answer this one first, Coach Jay, and then I'll get to it. Are you generally bullish or bearish on equities over, say, the rest of the year? I know it doesn't matter for me trading, but just curious on how you see the market overall.
I think I'm generally bullish in the equities always. I don't know that I'm aggressively buying equities here, right? On a higher time frame. I would probably look for a little bit of a bigger pullback, but I think I'm generally bullish in equities. If you're talking about, the stock market going up over time, do I just make long-term investments and hold them? I do, right? There's a portion of my money that just goes into, okay, I'm gonna buy Nvidia stock, I'm gonna buy Apple, and just hold on to those things. So I'm longer-term bullish there. I just don't love how the NASDAQ especially is just kind of stuck here right now. To me, it still does feel like early 2025. If you remember, February 2025, before the big sell-off, the equities do kind of feel like that to me. I can't really trade off of that information. Especially with day trades, we have to trade what's in front of us. But I do think there's probably another flush in the markets before we do find, another uptrend. Does that mean it's going to happen? It doesn't, right? Anything can happen in these markets. The president said about a month ago that we were going to double the stock market. So, you kind of have to take it day by day. Overall, I'm bullish, but I wouldn't be surprised at another flush.
I am very similar to your point of view, right? Like, over the long term, if you say by the end of the year, do I think the market's going to be higher? I always lean towards the equities being higher. It doesn't affect my day trading at all, usually.
Yeah.
Gold is
Do
selling
you
off.
find it? Do you find it hard to separate the two, like your day trading mind and your investor mind?
I used to.
Longer term trade mind. Okay.
Man, I still do a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get better. I tell traders all the time, I've never claimed I'm the best day trader. I never will. I think that's crazy. And I'm getting better, just like everybody here in the audience, trying to improve my day trading. I think everybody should always find ways to improve. 1% better each day that they say. And I'm doing the same thing. I have a decent amount of experience, not like to the level of Hogue or some of the more veteran team members here, but honestly, my goal is just sharing my experience, helping traders where I can, learning from my mistakes. And yeah, I make mistakes all the time.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could say whatever you want, right? You can tell yourself you're the best, even if it's not true. But I'm not sure that the best day trader is on YouTube.
No, definitely not. There's the best day trader would not be on social media. There's some amazing traders.
Yeah, I don't know.
That the last thing they're gonna do is flaunt or show anything, right? No way.
But sometimes you need self-motivation, right? Tell yourself whatever you need to hear.
Yeah, it's that positive self-talk that someone might need.
People in the
CFT
chat.
says, I'm not on YouTube. Correct. Yeah.
I mean, and that's not to say that there aren't some damn good traders on YouTube, because there definitely are.
Oh yeah.
Definitely are.
Yep. Watching these markets, we got to pull back down. 68 ticks right here. We seeing those 75s, Coach Jay.
75s was the low of that first 30-minute candle.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
We got a very important question in the chat. What is DBA Concepts? So, DBA Concepts is from me. I'm Coach DBA. It's my initials. My name is Dakota, and all it is just basic technicals. I said it. I created it as a joke because there's so many people out there creating their own concepts, just renaming the same stuff. And all you really need in trading, in my point of view, is just sticking with basics. Don't overcomplicate it. It's a joke. It's a play on what I've seen online and on the internet. Process over profits. There we go. All right, getting a bounce there. We tagged your 75s, Coach Jay, here in gold, and bounced up to 81.
75 was the low tick of that. Yeah. Low tick
Yeah,
of that 30-minute candle there.
75. What was it? 75.1. Yeah, 75.
Yeah, the big contract, 75 even. Yeah.
There you go.
75.10.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Claim back above that view up. I mean, I think we run back up to 5100s here, but
We got to reclaim it first.
yeah.
We see there's a spike in volatility right now.
10 minutes, top of the hour.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes then.
There was a question, and I don't mind doing this. Give credit where credit is due. Can you name another trader that's not you or Dakota on YouTube that you think is pretty good? Yeah, shout out to Rips.
Yep.
I think Rips is good. Shout out to Nick.
Nick for a tick. I would endorse that one.
Yeah.
Nick and Rips. I don't watch a lot. I don't watch enough to be able to give them, say, the ones that are YouTube. I mean, there's some great in the community, some really good traders that you'll see on the leaderboard here at Topstep, and a lot of great traders on YouTube. Those are the two that come to my mind. Aaron trades, of course, right? But yeah, D, I'm not, but I think they're asking anybody that's not associated. Like, of course,
Not
I'm going to
Topstep,
just shout
yeah.
everybody out here
Right. all the
that
Topstep
I
people,
know.
Yeah.
But actual legit traders, I can't think of any. Crypto Plumber, no. We said legit traders.
Trying to think. There's a bunch. Shout out to anyone who's on a stream trading their own personal capital, prop firm capital, whatever it is, on air. difficult to do. Difficult to do. So shout out to anyone doing that.
Yeah, anybody who actually does, they have the guts to trade in front of an audience. It takes a lot, man. It takes a lot. Half the names everyone's saying, I honestly don't even know.
I mean, I've seen. I can't vouch for whether or not they're a good trade. I haven't watched enough, but I recognize the names for sure.
Okay.
Whatever you do, whoever you watch, I think the goal is to identify what their process is. If they follow a process day in and day out.
Oh yeah. All right, what are we seeing here? We've about 7 minutes to the top of the hour. Gold's consolidating, hanging out around these 50-80.
Top 3 day traders of all time. Dial on. Paul Tudor Jones. It's number 1.
Nancy Pelosi.
You gotta put her up there.
Gotta put her up there.
Gotta put Nancy up there.
Yeah, she's the GOAT, man. She's the GOAT. Just secured your first payout, J-Trades. Nice.
Let's go.
Nice work. Man, chat's getting me thinking tonight. I'm the worst with names. I'm the worst with names. Of all time. Oh, didn't he write a book? What's that one? The Best Loser Wins? I'm going to lean that.
Tom Hugard.
Tom Hugard. Yeah, Tom Hugard. All right, buyers in gold. Let's see. Jay's 50-75 has been dude, you've been on fire, man.
It's holding, man.
Dude, you've been on fire. Holding. Process over profits right there.
Yeah. I locked out tonight. I would buy off those 75s though. The only thing is I think it has to be, it almost kind of has to be a scalp at VWAP, right? Which is decent, right? It's a $9 range. Let's see what happens at the top of the hour here.
Yeah. Vince in the chat, shout out Richard Dennis and Jesse Livermore.
There you go.
There we go. All right, still about 5 minutes. Gold's hanging around here. I'm still long from the top. 50.84. So we go right in the middle of this. I still like that. If we could break through these 85s, honestly, if we do get to those 85s, I might add a third contract here because now I'll look to tighten up my stop loss. SJR trades, hashtag slow markets. Yeah, I'm going through some of them. Right now. Lots of good ones. Yeah, I see yours, SJR. Yeah, I see it. Payout. Yeah, I won't tease it. Gold just hanging out. Any other big markets moving?
No.
Yeah, gold looks
I was just trying to look. I was doing a little bit of a scan. Natural gas is up 2%. Outside of that, and it's really not moving. It's pretty quiet right now. Pretty quiet across the board. I know we got some more data out tomorrow.
Gold catching a bid still, a little bit. I'm looking at the equities right now. Up, right? We got, I mean, it's slightly up. Just to give what my view of slightly is, Nvidia's up 0.16, Apple's up 0.19, Microsoft is up 0.17, Amazon's up 0.3, so it's not too crazy on the overnight market. Shout out that we were referring to individual stock futures. It's going to be interesting with the CME coming out with those. And Bitcoin hanging around. The spot price is 67,600. We're trading gold right here. We're down 0.37 and silver's down 1.26. Silver's still just insanely volatile. for what it used to be. Every time I look at it, it's plus or minus 1% every. It changes 1% every like few minutes. It seems like.
Yeah. Silver, I think, is in a rough spot, man. I think it's in a rough spot.
It is.
I think a lot of people are like still in shock about what happened in that market. 47% sell off from the high. I'll never forget. Hogue, we were doing an opening call, and Hogue said we were, and again, it wasn't going to go to zero, but if it dropped at the pace it was dropping, we were 2/5 of the way to zero in silver.
Damn.
Right? It cut half of its value in 3 days or 4 days.
Can silver go to zero like oil did?
No. I don't think so.
Or negative, right? I mean,
Paper money, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm referring to. Is like a paper contract, near rollover, something dramatic where there's like, I don't know. I want to lean towards saying no, but ACH. All right, gold hanging. Now we're slightly grinding higher here in gold. Settlement in gold is 50.98 half. All right, well, maybe we make a run for settlement here.
50.98 half. Those
Build by
old.
past 2 combines tonight. Nice work, build. Do you think Bitcoin could go to zero? I think it could go lower. Anything could.
Anything can happen.
Go lower. Yeah, anything could go lower, right? Zero is a tough number on something. Negative, when oil went negative, was insane. All right.
I think it almost has to be a commodity, right? I mean,
yeah.
The NASDAQ's never going to zero.
Something that's like, deliverable, right? Because it costs something to deliver. And that's why I was thinking like silver, you know, it costs, it does cost money to accept delivery. Freight, insurance, being able to pay for it outright. We tagged my entry by a tick right there. Top of the hour in less than a minute. I like that we're approaching, right? There's that higher low. There's that higher low right there at 75. The new Topstep theme is fire. I like it. I got in short too early. I'm in long right now.
AWS world, I've tried some automated trading. Some of the stuff Coach Robert has built. I've tried to build my own stuff as well and just kind of got sidetracked. I'll get back to it at some point. But yeah, I've tried some automated trading. I think it's cool, especially when the automation is just doing what you would do in real time.
Okay.
Automated trading is not as okay, little pop here. There we go.
Okay. Let's see if we can get through this. Top of the hour.
Time of day is a level.
Let's see if we could get a solid breakout. My first take profit's going to be in these 90s if we get there. I'm going to watch price action. Got to pay for a dinner or so. Need to see these 85s hold. As a breakout, you don't want to see this. There's too many wicks right here in these 80s tonight. That is what I'm wanting to see. Yes.
That's nice right there.
That
is nice right there.
Ooh, that's the chef's kiss.
Back above VWAP, and we go.
All right, we're gonna slap that ask at 92. Took one off at 92. I'm gonna tighten up that stop loss. Look at that. Would you look at that? Look at that.
Look at all those chickens.
Is that worth 700 likes, chat? Come on. Each and every night, I do my best to demonstrate it. We got Coach J here. We had Dobie last night. Yeah. Maui man. Everyone see that thumbs up button? Press it. It's a free hit of dopamine.
I'll just hit the thumbs up.
Oh yeah, we got
Very nice trade here. Nice hold too, because it looked like it was going to sell. Those 75s held. And this is kind of why I was saying I don't love the shorts, because there was really no pressure from shorts to continue to push this.
Yeah, it's
and pop right back up.
Small enough size that allowed me a wide enough stop to allow for the market movement. So if it wasn't for that wide stop, and smaller size, I couldn't have handled, that drawdown. Like if I did that with too big of a position size, your account hit a daily loss limit, and then I'd be saying, look, I wasn't wrong, I was just early. I say that a lot. Now the question is, are we going to get that momentum? Where can this thing go? Can we come up and get into this consolidation that we were in during the New York session? These 100. And I'm going to lean towards yes. Like that was a lot of momentum and a lot of buying that came in. And that's the nice thing about having multiple contracts is I took profit for one, right? So I realized I already made money, and then I could trail this with my last contract. I don't like that rejection, though. That rejection is ugly. Get me some PTSD from the New York session today.
You took some off?
Yeah, I was in 2 contracts, and I took one off for $80.
Biggest order on the tape. I didn't see it. I actually need to rebuild my Quantower platform. I don't know what happened, but it did an update, and now I lost everything. So you got to do that. Yeah, I hate when that happens. So one thing I don't have to worry about with TopstepX, it just saves your stuff in the cloud. You lose something on Quantower, you spend like the next 3 days rebuilding what you had.
It's in the cloud.
In the clouds.
It's all in the clouds. All right, one heck of a rejection here on gold. Let's see if this is a pullback and a retest. Find some buyers stepping in here. CFT says, I love seeing MP and Mick today. Been a long time. We need those guys to make more appearances. You know what? I agree. It's been a long time since I seen Mick. I'd love to see him on air. Always enjoy MP coming on. If you guys missed it, if everybody missed it, and they see there's lots of talk about Topstep right now, new theme, new change, and MP and Mick and the team tune in to Fast Markets right near the end, like the last hour of Fast Markets today during the New York session. It was a good one. They were able to answer some community questions, do a little bit more of a deep dive, and I don't think people realize, Coach Jay, how big Topstep really is.
Oh yeah. MP threw a number out there, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, MP threw a number out there. Just go rewatch it. MP did a little drop of how many payout dollar amounts in the past month, and that blew my mind. So there's that pullback.
Settlement test here?
That's what I was looking. What do you have at settlement again?
Come on. What is that price? 98.5.
Yeah, 98.5. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Let's get it. Yeah, chat saying it was over 100 milli in a month going out to the traders. It's a beautiful thing. So excited.
It's gonna stay that way. So that's what I'm curious to see. I know there's a lot of feedback, and we heard it today. We saw it on the show. A lot of feedback about the changes and things like that. If payout numbers don't change for February, business as usual. Let's just keep working. Let's just keep
focusing on the markets. Or they improve. Yeah. You know what? You know what I think is if traders pay attention to the little details, whether they're trading their own accounts, whether they're trading at a prop firm, which is a great stepping stone for trading their own account, they pay attention to the little details. You'll notice. No one likes when something's being restricted, right? When there's a spike in volatility in like the silver, the metals, and you get a restriction email. I get one from my personal account saying that, hey, we're bumping up margins. So I'm like, heck. And I talked about this before. paying $100,000 for one mini on silver. Topstep were they not the first firm to go through that? And then I'm just watching everyone else just follow suit. I'm just like, that's how it works, right? That's how it works sometimes. Yeah, the real magical. Yep. Those dang silver traders. The volatility. It's still volatile.
It got crazy. It got a little too crazy.
Yeah, it got too crazy. It's not as bad now, right? Because this is a decent, I'm up 50 ticks. If this was a couple weeks ago, this would be like a 400 tick move.
Yeah. Yep.
So things are starting to settle down finally. Big Sexy, that blew your mind? Yeah. That's why I said people don't know what they don't know, and they jump to conclusions and make assumptions, and that leads to misinformation. So always follow the facts. Do your own research. Just like trading, right? You don't want to just follow someone blindly into a trade that you see online. You want to have your own process, be able to trade your own accounts, and then in case something happens, hey, I know how to trade. I have that confidence in my own process. Let's see if we could we're holding these 90s, Coach Jay. We had that nice little pullback, and now we're starting to move. If we start to break out, then I'm going to move my stop loss. Actually, I'm going to just move it now. I don't want to risk the full 100 ticks. We'll just tighten up that stop loss a little bit right there. Locked in some profits. So if we keep going, man, I'm happy at that exit. I got out of that one right there at 92.93. So let's see if this last contract we could get a bigger push higher. Do you think they'll return to the old contract sizing? Yeah, once things settle down, everything should typically go back to normal. I'm still waiting to get the email from my personal account saying, hey.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That might have happened for a while, man.
When was it? It was last year at this time when tariffs were going crazy, right? How long did that last? A month?
With the equities, I feel it wasn't as long. No, it was. Because at least I know for AMP, they increased margins in like March, and then it was like they weren't going to decrease the margins until like a Fed meeting. So it was almost 2 months. It was almost 2 months of increased margins. I don't remember exactly when I could check my email, I'm sure, but
okay. I think it was the same thing when like oil went negative. It was just like, no one wants to touch that with a stick. Just insane. All right, we're getting a little bit of a pullback here on gold. About 9 minutes past the top of the hour. I still want to just trail this. 85 might seem like a decent stop loss. All the buying momentum kind of just faded here in gold. That settlement is at 98, and I still think we could go test it. But the fact that we made a lower high, or we're trying to make a lower high, has me not liking it as much. I wanted us to break out right there. But a lot of times, it's always on the back of my head, is moving my stop loss too soon, where it just ticks me out, and then we keep going. So that's always something that traders go through, right? When do you move your stop loss? Where it's like, some traders just move their stop loss to break even just because they don't want to lose money on a trade, which is fair.
Yeah.
But I don't want to move my stop loss too soon. And then what's too soon, right?
I think a VWAP test is fair.
What do you have VWAP at?
84 now. 84 evens.
Okay, that's basically where my entry is. My stop loss is at 5080.8, so it's tucked under.
I am the
a lot of that. Yeah. For this one is now, yeah.
I am the VWAP. Anyone seeing any other trades anywhere else? What are you guys scanning right now? What are you looking at? We got 2 days left in the trading week.
Yep.
Oh, micro Bitcoin. I can't forget about that one.
All right, you gotta let me know on that one. So we're getting some buyers. Yeah, we held this level again, right? We held this these 85s. So if we do get a nice bounce off these 85s, then I'm okay with moving my stop loss after that. Someone says silver, please. I'm in this trade right now, so I'm going to focus on this trade. Jay, are you looking at anything?
I'm scanning right now, chat. So this is what I normally do when I don't see a clear trade opportunity. Nice little pop there in gold. When I don't see a clear trade opportunity, I'll scan around. I haven't really seen much that says, hey, yeah, trade this right now. I think, honestly, Dakota is in the best trade that I see for now. Silver, doing something similar, holding inside that first 30-minute candle. I could see longs off of 83s. Silver is in a little different situation here, right, where that volume did leave that range to the downside. So this could just be another rejection zone up here. I wouldn't be surprised at another test of $79 in silver here. So full disclosure, I have not traded silver for a very long time. I'm getting mixed signals from silver here, though.
Fair enough. And when you get mixed signals, typically the best play is to just not trade, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, now that we got that bounce here on gold, this is now where I'll move my stop loss. I move my stop loss just under that level of support. I'm a technical trader. To me, there's a reason why I should move my stop loss, because there's support there. If we break through that support, I don't want to be in this trade anymore. And you know, so I say this often. Sometimes I need to be better at it too. Whatever you do in the market, whether you get in, you get out, you move your stop loss, you move your take profit, make sure there's a reason, right? Make sure there's a reason for that. Greenland Candle says, Danielle Holmes exposing y'all for real. Tell him to join. He could join slow markets.
Shout out to Daniel. I spoke with Daniel last week on TopstepTV. Again, they're going to be, you know, just focus on the markets. Just focus on the markets. Drama has never paid me. And I'm not saying that that's drama, but focusing on anything other than the markets and executing in the markets has not paid me. So yeah, focus on your trading.
Easy, easy. That's what kind of what I've seen the last couple of years, right? If people paid more attention to their own process than they do on some of the drama that's not even backed by facts, then they would be, you know, a better trader. See if we could break through these. It's a nice, slow, chill vibe tonight. I'm watching these markets as well. I got a watch list up in front of me, so I can focus on this trade. We got some slow markets tonight.
We do. So let me answer a question here from Prometheus. I feel like most of us already have an edge. It's just the execution under pressure that slips sometimes. What do you think really separates a good trader from someone who's consistent? What separates a good trader from someone who's consistent? Wouldn't a good trader be someone who's consistent? Or maybe saying a good trader for someone who's inconsistent. I think, honestly, it's position sizing. There was a comment in the chat earlier from someone asking Dakota, why is he not sizing up in these trades? Because he clearly has an edge. And that is where traders quickly erode their edge in the markets. If you think, hey, I'm seeing the markets well, so I'm just going to leverage up right away, and you don't have the account balance to do so, that's a very easy way to start choking trades. And I'm not saying that's Dakota's case here, but I think it's like you hit a couple of shots in an open gym and you're like, all right, I'm going to make the NBA. Whoa, slow down, right? You need to build up to that level. So I think, you know, I agree with you. Most traders have an edge. If you've been doing this for 6 months, you have an idea how to place a winning trade and a losing trade, right? Or you have an idea how to place a winning trade. If you accept that it's not going to happen 100% of the time you place a trade, that's fine. What erodes traders' edge is over leverage and then feeling like their trade ideas are wrong. Your ideas may not be wrong. The market just may disagree with them, and you have to build that in, right? Every business builds in like an amount of loss that they're willing to take, right? I worked in retail for a while, and they're just like, hey, 10% of our inventory is just going to walk out of the door, right? If they can't operate with that 10% of their inventory, if the business fails, if 10% of the inventory walks out of the door, then it's not a sound business. right? If your entire trading plan fails because you lose a couple trades, it's not a solid enough trading plan. And it's not about the execution on the chart. It's about your account management. Hopefully that makes sense.
It does. Yeah, I get asked that question a lot too, right? Oh, you're trading. Why aren't you just keep sizing up when you're doing well? And for me, it's more about what I'm doing here at Topstep, right? I am a trader first, and I'm running a class. I'm running slow markets, and so I would say I can't do like 100% focus, right? Because I'm having a conversation, I'm hosting conversation, I'm taking care of this and the side, I'm reading the chat, and so it would be wrong for me, and it'd be wrong to myself to say that I'm gonna look at sizing up to the extent where it causes all my focus for my own account, right? Because I've tried it, it didn't end well. And I want to be able to demonstrate proper risk management, right? Just a new trader, how do I trade micros? Is it realistic to trade micros? Can you make good money trading micros? Well, who wouldn't be happy with an extra couple $100 a day, consistently? You heard Mick on Fast Markets today saying, we look at traders all the time. I would rather take somebody who's trading, a couple $100 a day over a period of a year versus someone who just gets hot for a week and they make, $50,000 that week, because you have a bigger data and bigger sample size. And for me, it's more about the process. If you're following me on the social media, like Twitter or Instagram, I show it not almost every day now. Yeah, like today. Today was a good example. I placed a trade. I showed it. I shared it. You guys could take a look. I made $12,000 with 3 contracts, and I post statements. So you could go through and do that. What I'm doing here, helping traders developing a process, demonstrating, becoming better myself, is what I love. Like, the grind doesn't stop. The grind doesn't stop.
Not at all.
That's why I'm targeting 175 daily. Yeah, $150 a day. That's all you need to make a big difference. Right?
Decent money.
I had a challenge last year for traders in my VIP. I said, if there's a trader that can trade 1 micro for an entire year in a simulated account, just focusing on the process, they're going to become a better trader in a year a lot quicker than somebody that's, trying to size up or trade or switch back and forth. Oh, we got a spike in volume right there.
There it goes. Did we just get to the bottom of the hour? Was that? Nope.
No,
not yet.
no.
10 minutes.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes.
10
There's
minutes.
a pop from 86 up to 91. So great stop loss location right there. Look at there. Would you look at that?
Settlement test. Let's go get it. 98.5.
All right, something's
Nice trade
happening.
here, sir.
Something's happening
I'll
right
check,
here.
I'll check headlines, see if anything's going on. Probably not, but let's see.
Hello, where's my take profit? I trail my entries because this is gonna be a good reason, right? What if we have another like $30 spike? I like to manually get out. It's a preference thing. All right, with just a spike in volatility right there.
Just a little volume.
Yeah. I'm going to just get out of this. I'm out. Up $113.
Nice trade.
Yeah.
Is that what it was? House passes resolution to end tariffs on Canada.
Okay.
When did that come out?
Let's see anything on this.
I saw there was some
Markets know
Trump and
first.
President. Yeah, they do. Trump and President Xi, right after the close today, expected to extend the trade truce in summit. That came out earlier today.
Okay. Markets know first.
Equities move?
Not really. I'm not seeing much. We had a little wiggle here in gold. That's it. I don't know how many times that you know something happens in these markets if you watch them enough. You're like, okay, something happened, right?
Yep.
Yep. That wasn't too dramatic, but even before headlines hit. Thank you, Orchard. Yeah, good trade. Happy with the out. Whatever happens, happens now. I took the risk off. My stop. Okay, this is gonna be I shoulda, woulda, coulda. But my stop loss was at 50, 85, somewhere down here. Yeah, let's just see how it would have played out if I wouldn't have just closed it. That always gets me a little curious. The little details.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. That's all I'm seeing on. We got the bottom of the hour in 7 minutes.
I think that's what I would wait for here. Pull this combine up. Maybe I'll take a trade in this combine. I'm locked out of that XFA, but
Okay.
yeah, I think wait for the bottom of the hour. See if there's another little spike of volume for a quick trade. I'm not seeing anything that's saying, hey, this has the opportunity to be the trend for the day. Sometimes we do see that early, but right now it's just stay patient. Stay patient.
Stay patient. Yeah, let's see what happens at the bottom of the hour. I still like the long side. That little wiggle got me out with a profit. I got out at these 88s. I'm fine with.
Rami says, are we expecting some important announcement tomorrow from Topstep? Watch Topstep TV. Make sure you're tuned into Topstep TV.
Always. If you want that, there's always something juicy coming out during the day. Or follow MP's Twitter. That's where I get it. Coach Dakota, serious question, and with all due respect that is due to them, but if you're coach, shouldn't you be in a live account by now? Well, if you're watching the stream and you're watching the stream and you look up here to the left, this says live account. So appreciate the question. Make sure you do just a tad bit more research, especially when it's flashing in front of you and you're commenting on this stream. Maybe it's just a bot. Honestly, sometimes I think half my back and forth is with bots, man. Because the bot couldn't see that. All right, I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I did. There was like this. What is it, like the dead internet theory, where like 60% of the internet traffic is bots. I don't know if that's so much in our chat, Twitter for sure. I just assume everything is a bot on Twitter until it's not. But I think we were talking about should all coaches be in live accounts?
No.
That could be your opinion if you feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
That could be your opinion, but again, what you're seeing here is what people do at Topstep and in Topstep accounts. We don't know. Coaches can talk about what they do in their personal. My whole thing is, can you learn from the information that someone is giving you and apply it and make it your own? Shout out to Dakota, one of our coaches in a live funded account. Coach Ray is one of them as well.
Coach Ray has like one of the oldest ones, right?
He's been in a live account since he's been alive. But
For real?
Since he's been trading it. Yeah, he's been in it forever.
Yeah.
Can you learn from someone? That is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Some of your favorite trader educators out there, who is it? Jim Dalton. We had Dalton on. Everyone, there's a bunch of people that look at market profile and they use it in their trading and they're profitable with it. Dalton said he wasn't profitable for the first 10 years of his trading career. Is that somebody that you should not learn from? That's up to you to decide.
Yeah.
That's up to you to decide.
Yeah. And so if it was the question, right, was like, why are not all coaches? I will never have a problem with someone trying to help others based off of their experience that they might not be demonstrating in live, or everyone goes through ups and downs. So, another comment is like, do all NBA and NFL coaches exactly have a championship rings? I know it's hard to make a direct comparison, but The only way I have my a gripe or an issue is when people present themselves in such a way to, bring a false narrative, right? Like if someone's saying like I'm an amazing trader, I'm the best trader, I have this course, you're going to sell it and I'm going to help you become profitable, and I've made $1 million this year, and then they only show in like a simulated account, or they don't have any proof. That's what bugs me. But then there's some amazing people out there and some amazing traders that, they don't claim that. They don't need to claim that, but they help the community in such a positive way. And so be it. Demonstrate it in any way possible. It's a whiteboard, right? You go to college and they demonstrate it on a whiteboard all the time.
Yep.
But I've always wondered this, Coach Jay.
What's that?
I have an issue with my high school teacher, business teacher.
Okay.
Always he was a grumpy old man, and he was always like, starting a business is how you start a business. He never started a business himself. That got to me. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I think at some point you have to have found yourself in the same field as what you are teaching, right? Even if you again, there are coaches, and look at any aspect of life, there is somebody who is a great that had a coach that was not as good as they are, but you have to have some experience doing it, right? Like
yeah. Now if you started a business and you failed and you're like using that, and you have or you worked with them, right, partnered with them, man, I've always wondered that in school.
But I mean, at the same time, there are people who can learn. It's tough, man. It's tough. Shout out to teachers. It's that's a tough subject.
Fair enough.
And roam all you can just said, just because you can trade doesn't mean you can teach. Why do you think Michael Jordan never coached a basketball team?
Exactly. Fair enough. Dakota really drilled me into process of profits. Jay has taught me how to control my emotions simply by just watching him think and talk about how he sees the market. Grateful forever. Appreciate you, Rip and Rich, YouTube.
Michael Jordan coached the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Is that a valid VWAP bounce? Yeah, I think so. Again, this VWAP though in gold, guys, I would not be looking at it for much as far as opportunity goes. Right, we were talking about it for the shorts. If you're trading off of this VWAP, it's so flat that if it's for anything more than a scalp, I don't think that VWAP is giving you any information, right? Flat VWAP to me says range bound market. So buying off of this, could it work? It could, but it feels like a 50-50 trade, in my opinion.
Yep, bottom of the hour, right here. It's been a while since we had a slow markets like this.
Yeah, it has been.
Can we start referring to Jay as 100K Jay?
No.
100K Jay?
No. Just Jay works.
All right. The rubber band man.
Have you heard his new song? It's a pretty good one.
Is it?
Put that on in the gym. Yeah, next time you're in the gym,
Okay.
pull up T.I. on Spotify. His newest single is pretty good. Sounds like old T.I., to be honest.
I had all of his CDs. 6 CDs.
Okay.
Yeah, yep. Paper Trail, and what was the other one? I was listening. I legit was just listening into it the other day. Early 2000s, man.
There you go. Here's that pop.
Yeah, we got that pop. Yeah, it's kind of just back and forth, huh? Back and forth here in gold. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ not doing too much. Still making lower highs or higher lows, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low. So still this little bit of a bullish trend right there. Let's take a brief look at the Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin kind of wedging pattern, right? Wedging pattern. We're looking at that. Not too much going on there. Seems like markets are just waiting for something, it feels like.
Yeah, waiting for something. I mean, what do we got tomorrow? What's on the calendar? We got jobless claims.
Yeah, jobless claims.
Existing home sales, 30-year auction. Jobless claims could get things moving around a little bit.
Yeah.
CPI Friday, though. CPI Friday.
Correct.
That's probably the big one that the market's waiting for.
Yep. Coach Hoop says these metals overall may be running out of steam. Exhausted, right? Exhaustion, where it's maybe either eaten up or it's destroyed a lot of accounts and speculators on both sides. CME raising margins, got to a lot of traders, right? Costs, barriers to entry increased, and it's a big slowdown. Let's look. I got some hashtag slow markets now. Hashtag slow markets. Let them know.
It's a good song.
Is it weird that I know like the entire lyrics of some of those names?
Some of the TI songs?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not weird at all, man.
Okay.
Not weird at all. Not weird at all. I mean, it's like if you listen to this stuff when you were like a kid, teenager, middle school, it's just like you listen to the same song every day.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I had a CD, and like that's the only thing you listen to over and over again. Yeah.
Yep.
And he was TIP before he came TI, right?
Say it again.
All right. TIP before TI.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. Day trading Zay, once again, you show up, I show up. Nice hit from a retest level on the ES to support zone. So trading the ES here, nice work. Plus some winning days for a payout tomorrow. All thanks to Slow Markets. Coach Dakota, thanks for all the help and tips over the months. They helped me a lot. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Absolutely love it. Great work. Great work. Next, we got SJR Trades. Day one, Coach Dakota Slow Markets has helped me, and this is just proof. Thanks again, DBA Concepts. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love seeing that. And Daywood, up on the day, just shooting for one more win. Nice. This was a video, but not able to play videos because I don't know what pops up in them sometimes, and I don't have the time to sit there and watch, but always appreciate it. I did see it. It's a nice looking view. Nice looking view. Man.
Cody, did you see the Nikkei making new all-time highs a couple days ago?
Oh, damn.
I know you haven't
forgot
traded it
about
recently.
Nikkei.
Yeah. It made new all-time highs the other day.
Wow. Wow.
Shout out to the Nikkei. When's the last time you placed a Nikkei trade? It's been a year?
It's been a year.
Seems like.
It's been in a year. It's been a year. Someone says all the TI comments. So yeah, it's been a while, man.
Yeah. So honestly, looking at the Nikkei now, after the whole silver and gold mess, the Nikkei depth of market doesn't look that bad. Doesn't look as bad. It's still thin.
As
But
bad.
If you compare it to silver, yeah.
If you
I would
do a
not trade it. I still
comparison,
would
yes.
trade
The
still would not
Nikkei
trade
is
this.
very thin market, right? Remember,
Yes, it is.
If you are new here, or if you don't remember, I was trading 15 minis on the Nikkei, right? I'd be pushing the market, not dramatically, but by a few ticks in either direction.
this. Yeah.
Those are the days.
What did I just do? I did not mean to do that.
OG Discord days? OGs, yeah. I'm gonna have to find a video. Yeah, Nikkei was a different beast.
I just lose my quote board. I lost my quote board. Damn it. Whatever.
I'll have to find that video and post it. Yeah, there's
It's on there somewhere. Yeah.
It's on the internet
That was
somewhere.
a pretty wild trade. Internet's forever. The internet
Internet's
is forever.
Yeah, if you know, if you have it, tag me in it, please. I gotta get that up on the socials, man. Trade the Nikkei. 15 minis. 10,000 in a minute. Yeah, that's crazy. Ticked out. Remember those? Rishi says, who cares about the Nikkei? A lot of people do. A lot of people do. Yeah, I'd have 40K days up and down. Yeah, I also remember when I blew an account. Sleeping through the market inflation data with, 15 minis on.
What is this green box called that I'm using? So it's a fib retracement tool. Normally fib retracement tools have all of these levels, but the way I trade, I only like to look at high, low, and 50%. So I take all these intermediate levels out. You can use a rectangle tool to do the same thing, but that's how I'm using it. Just what I'm using it for is to identify high volume, right? So we got this high volume candle here on the 30-minute, and I'm just gonna map that out. Now I know where the high, low, 50% of it is. So when we see a reaction to 50% like this, that's an opportunity to maybe buy if there's no volume pushing us lower. We go out to the daily, and that October 10th candle, right? That's how I'll map that out. So the other day when we were talking about potential lows in the NASDAQ being near this October 10th candle, that's why. Just a visual reference point based around high volume. And I do use the wicks, right? Wicks, the wicks to me are important. Price traded there.
All right, chat. Jay,
what's up?
I got a teaser.
Okay.
I have a teaser. I officially have a teaser, but let's get to something easy. 500 likes, and I'll share a teaser. 500 likes, I'll get a teaser. I got to keep it on your chart until we do.
You heard it here first, chat.
Yep.
1.6K people watching here, and Dakota and I already liked it, so we gave you a little bit of a head start. Let's see. I'm gonna go grab a bottle of water. Let's see if we can get to that 500 likes before I get back.
All right, I'll take my water and creatine here. Oh, the teaser's good. Oh, trust me when I say the teaser is good. Yeah. Yeah. Bruno, I don't think not even Coach Hoop knows. Bruno, yeah, Bruno doesn't even know. Yeah, teaser for what? Oh, 500 likes. Oh, damn, that's probably too easy, huh? That's probably too easy. That was too easy. I should have had the goal a little bit higher. Okay, when Jay gets back, I'll pull it out. I'll pull it out. Yeah, we're already there. We already got to the 500 likes. You're drinking the same thing right now? Are you? This literally is just water and creatine. There's no way you're drinking that. It just sucks because the creatine drops to the bottom, and so I just have to shake it up a little bit. If someone is, that's wild. That's wild if you are drinking water and creatine.
All right, I'm back.
All right. Okay, Jay. We already got to 500. I made the goal a little too easy. Here
That's what I was saying, man.
Gun for us.
What's that?
Had a amazing trade. Beautiful looking trade in the XFA.
Nice.
There we go.
Shout out to Gun for us.
Nah, that'd be a bummer if that really was it. Here it is. Here it is. MP just posted. We'll be on TopstepTV tomorrow again. Shout out to you, MP. When am I going to get you on slow markets? I know my Green Bay Packers lost to the Bears, but come on. Tomorrow morning, we hit 200K subscribers. I smell smoke. Komodo, I'm going to go throw out some support for Topstep and MP. They've been good for me so far. Payouts have been cleared with no issues. Platform's working well. The internet loves to jump on the hate train. So, there you go. Ooh.
Smell smoke for the TopstepTV OGs who've been watching with us and sticking with us for a while. You know for a fact that you want to be watching TopstepTV tomorrow.
Oh yeah. And that's why you follow it. That's why you social medias, man. Social media.
What's a fire drill? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Tune in tomorrow.
Tune in tomorrow. J Trade says 3 years at Topstep. Teaser. Yeah. Yeah.
Is the boss going to trade his live account?
I don't know.
You never know.
You never know.
If he sees a good trade setup, he might.
You never know. Dude, he's a trader. He's a trader at heart.
He is a trader at the end of the
Remember
day.
at dinner, Jay, we were just chilling, and he's just like, all right,
somebody has to pay for this dinner.
5 minis. Yes. Yeah, it worked out pretty
Somebody has
well.
to pay for this dinner. Yeah,
Paid for the dinner. Yeah.
He is a trader at the end of the day. Is gold gonna hold these 75s again?
I'm gonna lean towards no. I think we could test these lower 70s. The fact that we rejected, we didn't even test settlement here. Let's take a look at these other markets real quick. Finishing it up. Oh, NASDAQ. Maybe a little bit of a sell-off right there. Take a look at the silver. Silver, a little bit of sell-off right there. So I made my money. Ooh, you know what? I'll talk about my trade. I know we got to 500 likes. I can see us getting to more. I had a trade earlier today. Because I always talk about my trades. I do my best to talk about trades. All right. If you're, like I said, once again, you follow me on social media. I try my best to talk about them. I always gotta shill it. But take a look at this. Take a look at this. I shared it. This is one where I got into 3 minis on a short, and this is the same concepts. You see me, the joke, the DBA concepts, that same gold trade, very similar. This is silver, but take a look at this hourly chart. Let me make sure I got the timestamps correct. Okay, we came up, we hit 86. We had a big rejection there, so big rejection. Look, I even have it marked up right there for some reason. But zooming in, this is what did it for me. Zooming in, we got this 5-minute chart. We're making lower highs, lower high. We tested this, had a very nice bounce, made a lower high, and you can see that there's this nice level that was a support, and we broke down. That support became resistance, and even it matched over on this left-hand side from the overnight session. So nice bounce, rejected that. And so what I'll do is I'll zoom into the 100-tick chart, and you can see it a lot cleaner. That actually looks a lot cleaner on a 100-tick chart, right? Support, resistance. This is kind of a shoulder, head, and shoulders, right? I'm gonna draw this again. Sorry if my drawing gets very ugly, but shoulder, head, shoulders, broke through the neckline. So that was a nice clean trade. I didn't take that one, but I took this second one. I took this second one. I got in short 3 minis at like 83.50s. So I got in short right around here, and I ended up taking profit throughout these levels. So yeah, very basic, very simple, very straightforward, and I don't know why it just blows some traders' minds. It's like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? It's like there's no secret.
Simple.
There's no secret to it. It's maybe just the emotions is the biggest difference I've seen. Am I familiar with Tradezilla? Is that like Godzilla for trading? Nah, just joking. I am. I actually posted my last month's trading using that.
Yep. I'm short of 1 lot in micro gold.
All right.
Kind of right here right now, 50.78. 10. Stop is above those highs up there. See if we get a little breakdown. And if we get below 73, I'll add to this trade.
I like this short. So go retest those lower 70s. Maybe tap into 69.
One lot or one contract? Is that not the same thing?
I've heard traders in Forex it's a lot. Like a lot, which is 100,000. What is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. In Forex, in currency, it's like 1 lot is 100,000 of the currency. That's where a lot
How
comes
many
from.
contracts you got? A lot.
And then in futures, it's typically a contract, a single contract. But then if it's multiple, it's a lot. I don't know. I don't know. I get what you mean. That's what matters. The chat will know. Yeah, I was, but that was like 13 years ago, man. Yeah, 100,000 of base currency is a lot. There's lots of options too. Yeah, one lot is 100,000. Man, that's a throwback. Throwback going through the memory.
What's that? Oh, 4x.
Yeah, like a pip. Let's talk about pips. 1 pip in the Euro USD. Just finished homework. Time to trade. Oh, contracts or lots both work for future. Yeah, it's the same. Potatoes, potatoes. We're not taking the Series 3 test.
No.
Yeah, we got those already. I keep them here. It's just nice to have.
What made me take this trade? We've had a couple of tests of this 75 area and getting back down here. Just looking for a continuation. See if we get a little bit of a push. I'm in a 1 lot, risking about $160. If we get follow through, I want to add to this. But that's really all it is. Really all it is. Got up here, rejected a couple of times. And this view up is flat right now.
Okay.
But it's the amount of tests that we've gotten at 75. This could be a loser. Very well could be a loser, but 50.89 is a much better price than what I got. 50.78 is not a great price here.
Any trade could be a loser, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we rejected those 75s again.
Again.
Yeah, it's just markets are
this
waiting for
3-minute
something.
candle closes back above this view up. I'll just get out.
Yeah. Markets are definitely waiting for something.
Yeah.
Julian says, you say there's big news coming out tomorrow. There's always news. If you were tuning into slow markets, rewind it just a little bit. I gave a little bit of a teaser. No idea what a Forex sign-up party is. Oh, Jay, don't do it.
What happened?
Gold picking up steam here.
I know.
I know.
I know. Let's see.
You're in short still, right?
I'm in short still. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you closed it out on that tick for a
Oh
second.
no.
I was like, oh no.
I was gonna say if it like I said, if it closes above view up on a 3-minute, I'll get out. But we just rejected right at it. I like how that looks. And I know, chat, we talked about it. Flat view up normally means range bound market, but the couple of tests that we've had down here, how many times do you knock before you open? There's someone knock before you open the door, right? We've been down here a couple of times. Will it break? Our job is uncertainty, right?
Yep.
I'm willing to pay a little bit to see whether or not this breaks.
That's where money comes from. That uncertainty. Have a good night, Nacho. Someone says, I got level 2 data. How do I know if it's activated? So if you look at the screen up above Coach J, you have the depth of market, and you can see the orders right there. That is level 2 data, depth of market. If you don't have that, it's just what? One at the bid and one at the ask?
Yeah, you'll see 1 up, 1 down.
Okay. Yep. Great explanation. Going through this. One last vibe check on these markets, and then we'll come to a conclusion here. Lots of this is a true slow markets, right? Very true slow markets, and nothing really happening around. I feel like I'm happy with the trade I took. That was the one opportunity that I was able to find and see. We're seeing gold here move now. Gold moving right at the end of slow markets, right? But as far as that goes, tonight's Thursday's price action. tomorrow is Thursday, and we have jobless claims. We always have headlines. It seems like it's always hitting the wire when it comes to news. Coach Jay, let's make sure I'm looking at the right one. You will be on tomorrow morning, right?
Oh, yeah.
For the opening call, and I will be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tomorrow for 10 a.m. Central Time, fast markets. Any last thing you want to go ahead and end this with, Coach Jay?
Trade well, everybody. Manage your risk. The markets present opportunities each and every day. That should be our focus. And then, when you execute your trades, go do something fun off the charts. Plan whatever your freedom looks like off the charts, whatever your time looks like. Don't get caught up in all the hype and the noise. You're here to make money from the markets, ultimately, at the end of the day. You're here to learn, you're here to trade, you're here to have some fun with us. But ultimately, we're here to pull money out of the markets, and that should ultimately be the goal for everybody.
Always.
Love you all. Thank you all for joining. That's all I got, Dakota.
Yeah, I mean, to your point real quick, is what do you trade for, right? Why are you trading? I think that's something a lot of us, myself included, forget time to time. And sometimes you have to have a reality check or a step back where you're like, okay, I got into trading for freedom, but then you find yourself locked in front of your screens longer and more than you would a regular job without the same amount of money, right? I went through that, and yeah, it's rough. So just remind yourself what you're trading for. Have realistic expectations. Have goals. Write them down, and take that time, like Coach Jay said. Go touch grass. Focus on your life. I'll vouch 1,000% that what you do off the charts is just as important, if not what you do on the charts. I've been posting on my Instagram a little bit more about just when I'm not on the charts, I'm just working on my discipline, whether it's in boxing, whether it's this, eat healthy, have a healthy lifestyle, a disciplined lifestyle. And, for me, at least, because I can only speak on myself, it has translated in my trading. Like, that was one of the bigger things for me is I had a hard time fixing my lifestyle, and I also had a hard time sticking to the discipline in my trading. But once I was able to do that, it helped dramatically. Now, it's not a dramatic change. It was just one little thing at a time, Something is like setting my alarm clock, 5 minutes early each week to be able to wake up early enough. So something like that. Once again, appreciate you joining me, Coach Jay. I have you on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I see you on the fast markets. And everybody, appreciate you. Take care, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. And if not, tomorrow night. Take care.